Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Dougie Fresh. Doug, you know what? This game was looking kind of sketchy at first. Pirates win 12-2 today. The bats have come out.
Yeah, man, when you looked at that lineup, when it first popped up, it didn't have Reynolds listed as DH. And I'm like, oh, my God. Palacios, Suwinski, and Taylor as the outfield. There's no Kutch, there's no Cruz. I'm like, we're just giving this game away. I'd written this one off. I was like, man, it's going to be a tough post game. And then,
first off, it's the first place Brewers, Brewers, and then no Kutch there, and in Milwaukee, exactly in Milwaukee,
right?
But no Kutch in the lineup. Cruz did leave the game yesterday early with a hamstring. They said they're going to be abundantly cautious with it. So he's out again today. I'm not saying I'm really nervous about that, but again, he was out today. So no Kutch, no Cruz, just like you're talking about. This is a team that's starving for offense, and two of your better producers are out. In Milwaukee, you know how this is going to go. And
we've seen this movie before, right?
Right. 12 runs, 5 by home run. The 2024 Pirates, now 3 games under again.
Right. Hey, when this team scores 4 runs or more, they are hard to beat. And I'm saying that on a day where the pitchers were Josh Fleming, Quinn Priester off the disabled list, and Dennis Santana. The pitching, Oscar Moraine, got to give him his flowers, I guess, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't seem whoever we put out there, it seems we're getting pretty effective production. And I know we scored a bunch of runs today, but I think Quinn Priester had his best Pirates appearance, right? His best major league appearance. 6 innings, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts.
This was very strong. You could argue it. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be the best or whatnot, but it certainly merits that discussion because absolutely. Not only did he go 6 innings, like you said, right? And it was just 1 earned run that he gave up, but the 8 strikeouts, the swing and miss was there today. 14 whiffs, I believe it was in total.
Got stronger as it went on. Right.
Yes.
That his pattern has been 3 perfect innings and then disaster. And now he started out a little shaky, some walks and then just he finished strong and the swing and miss. And I don't know what to think of him yet, but to borrow a word, that was an intriguing performance, and I enjoyed it. and I look forward to his next start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or appearance. He did not start today.
Yeah. Start. Before we go any further, of course, just to let you all know, Betonline is your #1 source for all your sports betting needs this season, from baseball, golf, soccer, right up to all the top fights in UFC, MMA, and boxing. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, of course, head on over to our casino, get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE. Of course, that's BLEAV for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online, the game starts here. So, you say that. Now, we didn't know who's going to start today. And it was announced first, Josh Fleming starting. And then later it came that, okay, we are activating Quinn Priester. So it kind of made sense. The rating was on the wall. This smells like it's going to be Josh Fleming as the opener, Quinn Priester as the bulk guy, like as you say. Quickly to talk about Fleming. He escaped it. 3 walks in the first inning, did not look sharp. A big double play to help him out.
Yeah. He looked. It looked awful, but he got the double play. He got out of it. So hats off. Nice job.
Yeah.
Scoreless inning. He did what was expected of him, or what we wanted him to do at least.
And he did what was needed. So again, like when it comes to Quinn Priester, this is like the Luis Ortiz effect. He's going to be the bulk guy, and I'm not trying to say this in the same reason that this is even why Luis Ortiz is the guy he is. But you know what? Quinn Priester hasn't been all that good. You can debate whether, this season has been productive or not. I know that the numbers don't look good, but he's had a lot of really productive outings this year. Getting him into using the opener with him, take out 1, 2, 3 at least. It actually ended up being a little bit more because of those walks. But, take out the top of the order for Quinn Priester, get him in the middle. And that's the design of the openers, to get the bulk guy, to start off on the easier, or I guess less hard part of the lineup. And again, I'm not saying that's what's made today's today's outing happen or whatnot, but a guy like Quinn Priester, I like this. Set him up better, maybe build up some of that confidence for him. You can debate how good the stuff is, but it's major league capable for sure, as we see today. Get him some confidence. You see, he can be a capable pitcher, and today was a very good example of it.
Right. He's definitely shown flashes, and he's got a nice arsenal of pitches. He looks, he's got it, he's just got a great physique. He looks like he should be a guy throwing 8 innings. You know what I'm saying? He just looks great. I always think that about him and Nicholas both. My God, they look like big, strong boys, and it's, and maybe, I hate to say this, but this is turning into a Ben Cherington victory tour. He was right. It's internal improvement that we need. Suwinski, Nicholas is pitching better. Quinn Priester is pitching well. Rowdy has come around. This forebodes terrible for the deadline, where we're going to pick up a left-hand reliever or something, and that's it. Right. But
yeah, we'll see.
When this team, when these bottom part of the lineup guys, what's Quinn Priester, our 8th starter, right? If you were to, rank our starters in order, he's not.
I guess it depends on how you feel on the others, but you can say this is definitely 8 deep on quality
he's
starters.
Down the list, right? If I'm picking a guy I want to start, you're obviously going the big 3 there, and Martin Perez looks better. Marco Gonzalez is probably better. Ortiz is probably pitching better. So you're getting this from your second 5 out of the rotation. It's our backup rotation, and it's you can't ask. You can't ask any more of this pitching staff really than we've got. Yeah, we've had a couple of bound innings. And I'm going to apologize for my internet. I move in a week and a half, and I'll be at DiNardo's house for all the shows. So it'll be good.
I don't know about that, but yeah, ironically, your internet's fine right now. No.
Okay. Maybe it's yours.
This ain't wood. I don't have any wood, but people knock on wood for Doug. Your internet's good right now, but yeah, you're actually gonna be close to me as a neighbor pretty soon here. So
yeah, exactly.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not even getting internet. I'm just gonna hack into yours. I'm just gonna,
there it is.
I'm gonna get a coat hanger and some other stuff and just hook up.
But for sure, this was very big for Quinn Priester. Coming off the IL, and he had some productive outings in AAA. He was looking pretty decent, but yeah, coming off the IL, coming into here, this is a big month. We talked a little bit why Luis Ortiz is a big part of this team right now, because we lose Jared Jones, lose Bailey Falter. That was 2 very productive parts of this rotation. The rotation is what's carrying you to even fathom thinking about playoffs and adding at the trade deadline. So when you lose 2 of the big 4 almost per se, right? How do you replace that? Well, we saw what Luis Ortiz did. He shut down the Mets, and he's been looking pretty damn good up until that point as well. Makes you feel a little, more comfortable with him there. And now Quinn Priester making his shot at saying hey guys, I'm here. I can fill in for Bailey Falter. He did everything you asked for today as well against the Brewers lineup, which also was it's a good lineup.
Yeah, they're a good hitting team. They're the first place team. Again, we can't stress enough how poorly we play in Milwaukee. These guys are definitely saying, hey, you don't have to rush anybody back. If Jared Jones is not ready, no reason to rush him. If Bailey Falter's not ready, no reason to rush him. You've got competent replacements, guys that seem to be improving. Getting better as they go along. So no, I do not think that Quinn Priester is better than Mitch Keller there, Gabe. I do not.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not as frustrated.
As hard on Quinn as he is Mitch, because Mitch should be better.
Mitch should be better. That's right.
There it is.
Mitch should be a great pitcher and has been a great pitcher since the start of June.
Anyways, of course, you all know the drill. Pirates won. Make sure you get the hashtag RaiseIts in the comments, as I see most of you are doing. But if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead and do it for your chance for 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. But yeah, let's move on to the offense. Again, like, I know Quinn Priester did a fabulous job today. We can't talk enough about him for how well he did. Again, the 6 innings he pitched, 8 Ks, 1 earned run. But the offense, I mean, that thing came alive in a big way today. As we discussed, 12 runs, 5 home runs. Where do you even start with the offense?
For me, it's still Brian Reynolds. He ignited. He hits the 2-run homer. He gets the single that starts it the next time around. He's just, playing. I mean, he's having an all-star season. He's one of the better hitters in the National League right now. It's June 39th, I think, in Brian Reynolds land.
At least that's what we're telling him.
Yeah, that's exactly. And then, of course, Rowdy. When Rowdy first started hitting, we said, well, he's Adam Frazier, right? He's just hitting singles. Now Rowdy's hitting home runs. His 100th of his career, good for him. Reynolds hit the 115th of his career as a Pirate, making him the all-time leader for switch hitters, I think, for home runs is what they were saying on a Tuesday or something, one of those little stats that they come up with. But yeah, those seem to be and of course, Nick Gonzalez also, hitting the ball hard. There were no shortage of guys, but when the game was in doubt still, those are the guys to me that were driving what was going on and the success. And then some of our favorites, fan favorite, Palacios, it's a home run. Jack Suwinski, Brian Hayes, knocked in runs. I mean, it's it was all hands on deck. Yeah,
it started with Brian Reynolds. I mean, that opened the game 2-0. He hits a 2-run shot, which he crushed, and I mean, he just looks so good. I don't know how long it's going to keep up, but like this is like the Brian Reynolds we remember. 2020 that was a weird year. Throw it out the books.
This is last year and 2021 Brian Reynolds, right?
Yeah, but talk a little bit like last year. I don't know if it was just injury or whatever, but like he just did not perform well in the summer months. You look at the stats at year end, they're good enough, right? But like that's not the Brian Reynolds you want. This year seemed like to start low, but then June came and he's become this guy, and it's still going. Like you said, like 39 days basically, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball, just in baseball.
Right. Yeah, not the best hitter on the Pirates, not the he's been one of the better hitters in the game, and consistent. Because my key phrase, my key word there, consistency. I mean, he's doing it day in, day out. It's for a lot of fun to watch. Yeah.
Now, ironically, you say not even on the Pirates. Now, technically speaking, he isn't even the best hitter on the Pirates in that time span. It is Rowdy Tellez.
Rowdy Tellez, yes.
And we'll get to him
Rowdy
shortly.
Tellez.
But yes, like Brian Reynolds has been such a big part of this lineup because you said the consistency at the 2-hole every single day, literally playing, being there, the production he's giving you. So yeah, it's a 2-run game. Then of course they lose it. It's 2-2. It's a tied ball game. But hey, we had some help. We had some help. Our old friend Vinny Capra at third base had an error. Pirates take the lead at 3-2. Right? They're getting to Colin Ray. The bases are loaded. They bring in old friend Bryce Wilson on the mound, and he gives up what, Doug?
Bryce Wilson, I think he gave up a grand slam to Joey Bart.
What?
That it was, I mean, because didn't Bryce Wilson beat us earlier in the year? I mean, it was like Bryce Wilson was so bad for us. Like we had to exact some sort of revenge on him. So,
Right.
Because to that point, his only good starts in his career were against the Pirates. Prior to becoming a Pirate, when he was with Atlanta, I think I remember him shutting us out 1-0.
Yeah, we know that song in dance.
Yeah, right. We tend to turn just about everybody into Greg Maddux. So, but prior to the Grand Slam, I mean, we were doing the station to station thing, something we never do. We string, I thought Nick Gonzalez's hit was a hit, right? I mean, they ruled that an error, but he smoked that thing. I thought for sure they'd give him a hit. But nonetheless, I mean, we had 3-4 people in a row hit the ball hard. And that's something that is very uncommon. we go games without 3 or 4 people hitting the ball hard. And so today was just, we saw a little bit of everything. We had the 5 home runs, grand slams. It was, I think earlier you and I were kind of saying, "Oh, this game stinks."
Well, that's how it was. I mean, early on there was really nothing.
Fleming was terrible. Quinn Priester, gives up the lead immediately. It's like, oh, here we go again.
Right, right. I mean, like Brian Reynolds had the home run, but like outside of that, it was just boring, and not like in a bad way. Like, I know, like you said, Quinn Priester gave the runs, whatever, but like Quinn Priester was pitching good. Like there was just no action. It was just like this boring, good baseball game in a sense. And then this happened, and we couldn't be more excited to talk about the game.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, wow, that was a quick turn for the better.
Right. But yeah. So again, like the Grand Slam happens, and that was pretty much, we're closing the books on this game. It doesn't look like Milwaukee's going to come back. Not the way Quinn was pitching, and he continued. And there was, there's a little bit of fear because, like you mentioned, like Quinn's MO is he looks good, and then he falls off. He doesn't last, right? The endurance isn't truly there. He's bound to give up 4 or 5 in like the 4th or 5th time, inning and whatnot. And he said he looks stronger.
Yeah, he got better as the game went along, and that's you can't embrace that anymore. That's just. I mean, we didn't use, any of our big bullpen guys. We did, it's like, all right, man, the pitching staff is ready for tomorrow. This is good stuff. You got Barucki coming back. I mean, it's hard not to be optimistic about this pitching staff. And they have been hitting. I mean, we've faced 2 position players in 4 or 5 days. I mean,
Brian Hayes hasn't got a hit on any of them.
Right. He's hit into a double play in both of them, I think. So.
Right. Which, by the way, that was smacked harder up the middle today. And I mean, it's how it bounced. But
just how it goes, right?
Some credit to where it's due. I mean, Brian has looked better the past few days. It's just a few days. I'm not going to draw this out, but like he has looked better the past few days. And today he did get, like you mentioned, it was a big timely hit. And he didn't get on the position player. But regardless, we'll move past that. We talk about Reynolds. Let's talk about Rowdy Tellez. Let's get there. Rowdy's just
698 OPS. I mean, it wasn't that 95 long ago.
Weighted runs created plus, I believe, at this point too.
Yeah. I mean, 8 home runs now, right? I mean,
and he hit his 100th of his career tonight in Milwaukee.
So
I mean, 2 for 4 with a walk, the big home run. This guy has gone from literally 0 to hero. And I mean hero like in every fashion. I mean, he is praised in Pittsburgh right now. He is that dude.
Yeah, he's got that John Nogowski vibe, but it's lasted for 5 weeks instead of right. I mean, he's sort of got that, legend thing going on. But hey, can you blame the fan base? He's like you said, he's one of the best hitters since June 1st in baseball. Better than Brian Reynolds.
We are all absolutely eating crow. Now, granted, he was awful. I don't understand how he lasted as long as he did with how awful he was. However, kudos to everyone involved. Kudos mainly to, of course, Rowdy. for sticking it out. I mean, I couldn't. I don't know how he dealt with being in Pittsburgh, being on this team, getting the jeers and the boos and whatnot, but he stuck it out.
I mean, he was the focus of our venom, right? He protected some other guys that deserved, probably as much, venom as he got. He took it all, and it had to wear on him. I mean, and now he's getting curtain calls and the Rowdy chants, and he's earned it. I mean, he's earned it, right? Absolutely. I mean, it's again, it's kind of like, all right, dang it, Charrington was right. A little patience. He's near, he's close, he's about to break out. Damn it, man, he has. I mean, he's broken out in a big way, and I mean, I'm glad, I'm grateful. But yeah, he was as bad as anyone we had in the lineup. And, it was hard to understand why he didn't get cut. It was hard to understand how he's getting those at bats. And here he is now. Almost again, an average player.
All praise to Rowdy Tellez, going through what he had to do. And again, like it's not as if he turned around and said, oh, you know what? I found it. I'm a good enough hitter. Again, the guy has gone to the worst possible first baseman you may have witnessed in your lifetime, depending on who you are and how long you've been following the Pirates, right? Like, and he's gone from that bad to I'm better than Brian Reynolds at this point in time since June 1st. And all the talk is about how good Brian Reynolds has been since June 1st. Like, he has been one of the best hitters in baseball.
Right. He didn't just start, getting hits here or there. Right. He's to coin one of our favorite phrases, he's prime Juan Soto right now.
Honestly, too, he's hitting about as good as Juan Soto is right now.
He is. I'm right. It's 5 weeks, and we're Pirate fans. We've seen guys hit for really well the last 2 months of a season, and then don't look like they've ever held a bat before. So it's hard. I mean, this is a great game and it was fun, but you're like, oh, I don't want to make any proclamations about this offense or this player or that, because I'm a Pirate fan. It's going to turn around and get me.
So Doug, heading into this game, this is what I want to stress out. Heading into this game, so this doesn't count tonight's 2-hit performance with the home run, right? Heading into tonight's game since June 1st, he has a 178 weighted runs created plus, Rowdy Tellez, and Brian Reynolds had a 177, and Juan Soto has a 179. That's what we're talking about. Like, Brian Reynolds and Rowdy Tellez are basically Juan Soto since June 1st. And they're probably going to surpass Soto with their production tonight. So yeah, like, that's not even being, we love to speak in hyperbole. That's not even doing that. Right. He actually is Juan Soto right now. So, like, he's gone from the worst to not even just adequate and like, hey, I told you I was a league average hitter. He's gone to, hey, I'm one of the best hitters in baseball. So again, like, I'm just trying to captivate this in my head, like how good and how this big turnaround happened. Like, yes, that's why he deserves all the praise, all the cheers. Hats off to Rowdy. Just magnificent job so far.
Watch, right? It's been fun to watch.
Praying you, maybe not to this level, but please don't lose it. Thank you for calling Dad, and thank you for Xander for showing up.
Xander, good man.
This season has been such a turnaround for him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on from Rowdy. Again, like, I just want to talk about all these people forever because
I know because it's so many. Yeah.
The next guy, Jack Suwinski, the other person who, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He is so terrible. Get him to the minor leagues. Oh, he's in the minor leagues, and he's striking out 40% of the time in the minor leagues. Why is he back up? Now he's striking out 50% of the time while he's up. This guy's awful. What are you doing? And then it's just like has kind of clicked for him recently. He's looking pretty good. And jokingly, he's looked pretty good since the word was Joshua Palacios was coming up.
Yeah. You wonder if that there's some connection there, right? Because there definitely could be vying for it at bats. It's the same thing. I want to kind of hedge my bets, but it's nice to see. We've seen him get on some heaters. And man, wouldn't it be nice? We're due. He's due for a 2-week, 7 home run binge type thing. It'd be a lot of fun to see. He's going to be in his hometown in a couple of days. It gets a bad team. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of sometimes when he gets going. So, hey,
in a very
let's
home run friendly park.
Right. Let's ride the hot streak. Let's get him going.
But absolutely. I mean, Jack Suwinski goes 2 for 5 today. Another home run. This isn't something to hang your hat on, but to understand where he was, right? Like, he has now surpassed the 600 mark for his OPS. Again, that's how bad it was. So this is like some praise that's needed.
Yeah.
But he's looking a bit better. We know how streaky he is. I don't know how to make much, of this. It's still very, very small sample. We're going to head into the All-Star break here shortly. So I don't know if that's going to interrupt things or whatever, but at this point in time, he's earning his time to be here. And again, like, how big this has been. I wish the offense in totality would be more consistent. I would like to see less of 12 runs one game and 2 runs the next 2.
Right.
Maybe if we can even them out to like 7 a game, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But at either rate, like, the offense,
I'd take a consistent 4 or 5 at this point. Right. Yeah. It looks better. Like you said, Brian Hayes has looked better. I mean, he's hitting the ball a little harder or whatever. Suwinski has looked a little better. Nick Gonzalez has sort of bounced back from his little lull. Right. I've been saying all along, we just need some average hitters, right? We don't need everybody to do. I mean, it'd be great if everybody was doing what Reynolds and Rowdy Tellez were doing, but that's not necessarily we just can't have these guys that are hitting 160 with OPSs of 555, 530, as in the cases of Triello and Taylor. So yeah, I mean, just if we could just get some average production from the bottom 3 or 4 in the lineup,
right?
And not have to count on Brian Reynolds, and Cruz and Tellez exclusively. Spread around the offense a little.
Yep,
it'd be a good thing.
Yeah,
because when we score 4 runs or more, we are hard to beat.
And that's just the thing. You can talk all day long about the quality starts, the starting pitching, this and that, but this offense needs to come alive and also be consistent with it. No, I mean, I put the stat out there. I think, of course, at the time, which I think it was actually on Sunday, 37% of their games that they played to that point was 2 runs or less.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You just simply can't. Like when you go to the Cardinals, who aren't that strong either, and like offensively they're not all that good, but theirs was like sitting like around 24%, right? Like, you can't just be completely shut out. And like, when you look at the total runs, it can't be because you had 2 or 3 that had like 12 and 15 runs, and then you string off 4 or 5 that's 2 and 1. So they can get more consistent, and of course they can just get better altogether, right? That's a plus. Right. But like, the starting pitching is there. If this team's going to have a chance, right, the offense has to come alive. I still don't trust it, but they're doing things to make you start looking into it, to start trusting it. I'll say that. And then to go into Joshua Palacios, we'll end with him because, he was over 4. He comes up and says, I want in on this. I'm Joshua Palacios. I can't watch everyone do their dances around third base. I got to do the sham god. So he goes up there and he hits a home run too. And that's Joshua Palacios.
Yeah, OPS of 1.117. Very small sample size. Doesn't seem real. We've been kind of hard on Josh Palacios on this on this show.
Some of us,
and we have in our tweets, right? You crushed him, and then I piled on the other day. So. But hey, maybe he's a late bloomer. Maybe he's got a little something. He certainly's got a little of that big moment magic. There's no denying that. But again, my word, consistency. Right? It's we can't have a bunch of guys that have a hot 2 weeks and then a cold 6 weeks. We need some guys that just hit 280 every week, right? Have an OPS of 750 every week, not just one out of five. The hot ones are hot and they're great and it skews the number somewhat, but
Yeah,
it's a hard way to win baseball games.
Really what they need to, I think, is just like when you have the slump, it is just a week long, right? Like that's been the problem here. When they have a slump, it ends up being 4 or 5 weeks, or I don't know, till June 1st till you get out of
it. 2-3 months, right? Yeah.
Right. So yeah, because again, like you're talking about, like if you can afford to have a couple guys in their 1 week slump, if the other 7 guys are okay. The problem is if someone slumps and you have 5 guys that are just completely inadequate, well, you have a completely inadequate offense now.
Right. When you're slumping 4 through 9 for 3 weeks at a time, 4 weeks at a time.
Right.
It's hard to get anything done. Right. Even if you're at top, the guys at the top are producing, if they're not hitting home runs, and they're hitting singles and doubles, again, how many times have we had second and third, nobody out, and a Philip Gomber type or Austin Gomber, whoever, a guy with an ERA of 6 gets out of it.
Guy whose name we're going to forget in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Don't.
Who ends up playing third base for the Brewers next year? Yeah. But at any rate, let's go ahead and say it once again, right? Get your hashtag raises in there for your chance for 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. We're going to start wrapping this up here. But yeah, Doug, 11 hits, 12 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. The 2024 Pittsburgh Pirates just crushed the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. It's a nice start.
And we struck
in
out
the words
12 Brewers.
In the words of Brian Reynolds, it's a good start. Just keep grinding.
There you go. You said that with too big a smile, though. You got much more. It was a good start. We got to keep grinding.
All right. So here is your warning, everyone. I'm getting the drawing ready. We have 113 right now as far as entries go. So if we can get a few more in. Again, here's your last chance. But yeah, in doing so, any last things you want to say about this game, Doug?
It was a kind of a boring, like you said, a boring game to start, finish strong. And that sort of summed up Priester's start and the offense. Hey, let's have more of it. Let's get more. Let's get a 3-game win streak. Let's win tomorrow. Who pitches?
Actually, it's a good question. I should probably know this. Oh, it's Perez.
No, he looked fantastic last start.
Yeah, he had a very nice bounce back. Yeah, Perez and then Skeens to finish off.
Oh my gosh! I'm not even going to tempt fate.
Don't do it, Doug. Don't do it.
Nope.
But let's go ahead and get the drawing here then. So we have officially 116. Appreciate everyone for entering. And we have a winner. I don't recall this, so I think this is fresh blood here. Antoinette.
I think this is new. I feel robbed, but okay. I never win.
Doug, you can't win every time, even though you never win because your name comes up and we say, Doug, what are you doing?
You can't win.
And then we
trying to support. I'm supporting, the promotion.
But congrats, Antoinette. This is coming from Twitter. So as always, right? We let everyone know. DM us if you're on Twitter. Just send us a DM on Twitter, or of course you can do it on any other social media. Of course, you can also email us at northshore9@gmail.com. But yeah, reach out. I just need an address where to send these 2 tickets to, and you got yourself 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches. So congratulations, Antoinette. You good, Doug?
I'm good. A little.
You look really involved right now. I was just curious.
I was reading the chat. I'm
all right.
Fantastic win, and we still lots of complaints.
So. Naturally,
right.
Love it though. Appreciate everyone who joins every post game, especially tonight's. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Of course, I'll be back. I forget who else is with me, but I'll be back. Hopefully, another dub, as mentioned with Perez. So Let's get out of here, Doug. Go to bed happy tonight.
Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks. See you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.